Somebody already got kicked. Dope. Somebody already got kicked. Dope.
Say the wrong thing and get the bags. With the force of everything that I have. Say the wrong thing and get the bags. Oh, now you niggas salty and you mad. Niggas say the wrong thing and get thrown out the conversation. Throw up two fingers and tell them, please don't keep the drama away. Bye. Donate to the cause and hit the cash app. And if you ain't got it, them likes are free. Go and smash that. BBN, hit that with a hashtag. Sick with the content, come around and need a hazmat. Jack Frost, yeah, you dudes need to back off. He got the work around here, yeah, we all tip our hats off. Keep the same name, that's what you point for. But if you coming back in, put a 2.0. Big bags, and you asking what they heavy for. Foot and ass be going hella crazy with the petty wars. Good conversation, that's what we be really ready for. Good conversation like being on the bottom of a heavy whore. Nah, why niggas be like that? Unsubscribe and tell them, yo, hey, I'll be right back. Say the wrong thing and get the bags. With the force of everything that I have. Say the wrong thing and get the bags. Oh, now you niggas salty and you mad. Niggas say the wrong thing and get the bags. With the force of everything that I have. Say the wrong thing and get the bags. Oh, now you niggas salty and you mad. Niggas say the wrong thing.
Yeah, bags. We just kicked that guy straight out the door. We don't got time for that. We hold those over here. Who the fuck is that dude? Hold on. Can we get bags in the chat? Y'all don't see it, but somebody got hit with bags. Can we get all the bags? BBN, Jack Frost. What's up, party people? How's everybody doing? I'm hoping everybody's having a beautiful day. First, my apologies. I ain't feel like ironing. For everybody that don't know, every single show, especially in the morning, I iron my clothes before the show start. I just didn't feel like ironing this morning, so y'all gonna have to deal with these wrinkles. That's one. Two, there was no Tonight Show last night. We was actually gonna be on location. After spending 2 hours, I'd be happy supposed to message people and I never message them, and I think they'd be thinking I'd be ignoring them. Alright, so after searching for 2 hours for 3 different addresses and found none of them, I just decided to come home. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I would have preferred to get, it would have been good footage just for me to use. Also, I was literally getting paid for the event. And so yeah, after searching for 2.5 hours for 3 different addresses and finding none of them, basically, I just came home. With that being said, we got some good stuff to talk about today. I think New York City rappers might have made a misstep. We'll discuss that. Also, we have a new thing to tell you about CEO Bobby. Apparently, he's already allegedly snitched on some other motherfuckers not too long ago. We're going to have that discussion also. I'm going to have to break that down because I heard it on a different channel. The channel escapes me at the moment. But I heard it on a different channel. I think it was on Onan TV. And I'm going to break that down for you. But real quick, since we already got people commenting, let's do roll call real quick. Especially since there was a drop already done. And then let's get to the show. Shout out to No Limit War. Haven't seen you in a while, my brother. Hope everything is going well with the 199 drops this morning. BBN. Shout out to Shakar SP says BBN. Salute, my brother. If we get 50 likes in the first 20 minutes of the show, I'll open up the chat. Unless it falls under 50, then the chat closes back up. But if we get 50 likes in the first 20 minutes of the show, I'll open up the chat. Other than that, we need 110 likes. If we get 50 likes, then it goes back down to 49. Obviously, the chat closes until we get to 110 again, just so we can have that explanation. Anyway, with that being said, let's get to the show. Shout out to Katie Cam becoming part of the BBN gang. Salute. Definitely appreciate you. Also, it only takes $2 a month to be part of the BBN gang. It only takes $2 a month, so that's nothing, like, honestly. So if you really wanted to comment, All of the people that be like, I'm not gonna hit a like button unless I could comment. It costs $2 a month. Like if commenting was really that big of a deal to you, it costs $2 for a whole month. It's like 3 cents a day or some shit like that. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, but it's like 3 cents a day or something. Like anyway, let's get to it. First thing I want to say is this. I want to talk about this Maino New York City drill music with the NYPD and with the New York City Mayor Eric Adams first. The reason why I want to talk about this first is because this is probably going to be the shorter aspect of the conversation in which we're going to have. So we're going to talk about this first and we're going to run through this. It's going to take about 10-15 minutes. First thing I want to say is this. I don't think any rapper should be meeting with the any public official and asserting that they can mitigate any violence on the street unless they can. I'm going to say this again. Unless you are a person who can absolutely turn the tide of something that's going on in the street, I don't think any rapper should go and speak for other rappers or whatever the case is. I'm going to tell you in a minute. Shout out to Jamal Crawford with the $5 drop. He says, what did the 5 fingers say to the face? Who's next? Who's next, you rat bastards? It's all the way Thursday. What the fuck? Come on, pull up. Let's slap some haters and let's get the show going. Listen, pay attention. This is not me knocking Maino. I'm not doing that. I think that whenever you have anybody who can have a mentorship position and can actually give good inspiration, good content, and good advice to the generation that's coming after them, or just in general to somebody who just doesn't have that information, I'm all for that. So I'm in no way knocking Maino. Shout out to Jamal Crawford pulling up in the chat. I'm in no way knocking Maino. Let's just be clear on this. I don't want nobody to say, yo, this nigga Jake is going at Maino's over here. I'm doing none of those things. What I'm saying is, does Maino have the ability to tell these kids to stop shooting up the street and the street stop getting shot up? Because if he doesn't, then he shouldn't be talking to the mayor. I'm going to explain to y'all what just happened. All right? I'm going to explain to y'all what just happened. What just happened was one of probably the craftiest moves that a New York politician has done regarding gang violence or mitigating the violence of gangs in the street. It's extremely crafty. I'm going to explain to you what he did. Okay. First, do you remember Casanova 2 times? He was running around with Casanova 2 times getting acquainted with different rappers in different areas of the city, with different people that has influence over different gangs. He was going around getting acquainted with that while he was going on his mayoral run. Y'all do know this, right? That's why one of the things that Casanova 2 times says is, you know, why doesn't Mayor Eric Adams look out and give him some kind of assistance in his current situation? Because he knows what type of person he is. You know, he's not a part of none of these things that he's being accused of. He would like for him to, and probably other people also, somebody in power, to look into his case so he can get off of this bullshit, right? Just so we can be clear. So he got the streets and the rappers that have influence over the streets to embrace him, right? Then he becomes the mayor. Boom. Now we have to do something about the street violence because it's taking over. So what does he do? He shows that he's ready to talk. He calls in the rappers who got influence. Who's the street niggas that got influence? I want all of y'all to come down. I'm going to take a picture with all of you niggas. Boom. Now he got a picture with all of the street niggas that he has influence and should be able to control the streets. Now guess what has to happen? Guess what has to happen? Now these niggas got to come through. So Maino and all of them street niggas that went there to go meet the mayor, I hope y'all could do it. I'm here with you. But y'all got to come through now. The shooting on the street got to actually stop. I think these rappers don't understand how much they just sometimes need to have somebody to talk to them before they go do a thing. I don't even think the rapper should have went and met the mayor. I think that the advocates should have went and met the mayor and kept the rappers off to the side. That protects and insulate the rappers. Because now, if the violence don't stop on the street, the mayor could directly say, I had a conversation with the rappers who are controlling this industry. These are the rappers that's supposed to have influence in the street. I had a whole conversation with them. I'm trying my best. See, now, if they would have been insulated and they would have had somebody go meet them in their jest, or somebody else there at least. So they're there at the meeting, but you have somebody else that's the person that's doing all the talking. You have your politician. Copy? You do know activists are politicians, right? You have your politician. I think that's how they fucked up. Give me 1 second. I'm going to close this blind side. I think that's how they fucked up. But let's see what happened. Now Maino and the rappers and all of those, the gang niggas that went to go meet the mayor, they got to come through now. They ain't got a choice. They got to come through now. Either some of these people that they looking for got to show up and just show up at the precinct like this, or I'm telling you, either some people got to come off of the street that been doing some of these murders. The murders got to calm down. A lot of shit has to happen now. I'm going to explain to you something. This is the shit that people don't get. Basically, what they just had was when you have a king of this nation go meet with the rebel leaders that's trying. The king is meeting with the rebel leaders. Now the rebel leaders got to come through because if I'm just explaining, so I don't know what they're gonna do about that. I don't know if Maino has that type of pull in the street. I assume he does. Why shouldn't he? Right? I mean, I don't know, but he's gonna have to. There's gonna have to. Could you tell these young kids what to do? What you gonna do when? What are they gonna do when the young kids don't listen? Copy? You already know what the young kids is gonna do. What are they gonna do when the young kids don't listen? I guess that's what I'm asking. What up, El Prez? He says salute frauds, BBN fam. He says hit that like button on the way in, you red bastards. What are they gonna do when the young kids don't listen, man? I just don't particularly feel like the young kids are gonna listen. That's just my position. I could be wrong. Let's get to the CEO Bobby thing. If y'all wanna discuss anything along those lines, that is open for discussion, so y'all can put that in the chat. Also, we have 8 more minutes. In 7 more minutes, if we get to 50 likes in 7 more minutes, we have 24. I'll open the chat for everybody to talk. So for the people that's like, I'm not gonna hit the like button because the chat ain't open, it's like, what the fuck, man? If the chat was open, you would have a different reason why you're not gonna hit it. And then if that was you have a different reason. You have a different reason. I'd have to jump through so many hoops. It's not worth my time or effort. You understand what I'm saying? So hit the like button or don't. But if you hit the like button, you can chat. That's it. I don't like jumping through hoops. Like not multiple hoops. I'll jump through 1 or 2, but not multiple hoops. Like we're not doing that. With that being said, before we even start, I got a question. I hate when I just hit every button by accident. I got a question. I want to put that in the chat. Got a question. I want to put that in the chat. Do you think CEO Bobby is a snitch? Now, I got a couple of things I'm going to tell you about. I got 5 minutes to get to 50 likes, by the way. I mean, I got 61 people in here. You could literally make it to 50 likes if y'all want it. There's just people that's not going to hit the like button because they're going to be like, he just wants you to hit the like button, so I'm not going to do it. That's just insanity. That's like somebody saying they want to get paid for work. You'd be like, huh? Yeah. What the fuck? That's one way to pay. Hit the like button. All right, listen, pay attention. Shout out to Onan TV. There are quite a few channels. This is what I'm going to tell you right now why I shout out the name. There are quite a few channels that I heard some absolute insanity on, came back here and brought it back to y'all people. Then I got people in the chat talking about, not in the chat, but I got people messaging me like, yo, Jack, you all off on this one. And I'm like, didn't you watch the video? I literally said somebody else. I heard this particular theory on a whole nother channel and I just wanted to talk about it with y'all. Like, do y'all watch the video or just you just waiting for the opportunity to criticize people? Like, just not just me. I mean, like that means you moving through life like that for the most part, right? So that means that the people that you come into contact with most, you're looking to criticize them more than you're looking to uplift them or looking for anything good that they're doing. So you should probably change that mindset for your bet for yourself more than for me, just so we can be clear. With that being said, there's quite a few channels that I've heard some absolute insanity on. There's this one channel that keeps talking about. There's a reason why I'm saying this, so bear with me. There's this one channel talking about Young Dolph's wife sold his cars to CMG. Like, it's bananas. They get a shitload of views, by the way. But it's bananas. I'm like, what in the hell? That doesn't make sense. And then that also opened me up to something else. Hearing this though. Young Dolph's car was pointed towards the Young Dolph's car was pointed towards Makita's. Could Young Dolph's car have video footage of what happened inside of Makita's? Then I heard allegedly that one of his kids was in the car. I heard allegedly one of the kids was in the car. This is just stuff that I'm allegedly hearing. Hold on, I'm about to tell you about the CEO Bobby thing in a minute. I'm saying all of this for a reason, right? Now this is what I got to say about everything. There are channels out there that are just saying anything. Some of the things that they're saying might be right. Some of the shit I find funny. So since this is content that we're discussing, sometimes I discuss the craziness and the zaniness of this shit and the plausibility of it. But we don't know what happened. We're not going to know what happened until these people start going to court. To be honest with you. Give me 1 second. Shout out to Sons to Fathers TV. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right? They be saying some. Like I heard got this one dude and his channel says some absolutely insanity. But because of the insanity that the dude says, it kind of opened my mind up to like 2 or 3 things that made sense. But they be saying some insanity. Not Onan TV, by the way. I'm not talking about Onan TV. Onan TV I fuck with. So I'm saying all that to say this. Um, uh, a lot of times these are just open discussions, y'all. So y'all could. We don't know what the truth is. We don't know what's definitively. I got mad at somebody a while back because they said that there was holes in the window that I couldn't see. But I didn't get mad at the individual as much because they were saying there was holes in the windows, but because they was pretending like I could actually see the holes and I was lying about it. That's what I got pissed off about. Just so we could be clear. I couldn't see the fucking holes. Like, how can you tell me what I can see and what I can't see? You understand what I'm saying? Don't call me a liar. Copy. We ain't doing that. Shout out to Sons of Father. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope everything is going well. Now let me get into the CEO Bobby shit real quick. We already 20 minutes into the show with bullshitting. Y'all nowhere near 50 likes, so now y'all got to get to 110 likes for us to open up the chat. Hit that like button, send some more people in here so they can hit the like button so we can get to 110 likes. Now listen, pay attention. CEO Bobby was arrested, right? Shortly after the Young Dolph murder happened, right? After Young Dolph assassination or whatever we want to call it. CEO Bobby was arrested. CEO Bobby gets arrested. They go to his house. Oh, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. Yeah, so hold on. So they go to his house. Listen, they go to CEO's Bobby house. That's when they go to his house and they get all of those cars and everything, right? What happened is they aligned CEO Bobby with a with a chop shop. Guess who gets busted a couple of days later? A couple of days later, the chop shop that CEO Bobby is aligned with, he's been stealing the cars for, they get busted. I'm going to say this again. Remember I was telling y'all the other day how the police came to CEO Bobby's house and found those cars? Well, yeah. They found the cars and everything, right? And they found all the guns and all that other shit, right? But CEO Bobby had also been arrested. Pardon me. CEO Bobby, a couple of days later, the chop shop in which he was selling the cars to or whatever the case is, that chop shop gets busted. There's a lot more, by the way. I just wanted to start off with that. What the fuck do y'all think about that? I keep telling y'all, look, when they first started arresting those people in Memphis, they were trying to solve their case. Don't get it confused. But at the same time, they were solving a whole bunch of other cases because they don't know where everything lines up and what everything runs into. So they was trying to solve a whole lot of other cases at the same time. I promise you, CEO Bobby is a part of a chop shop ring. Do y'all know what this means? Did anybody understands where I'm going with this before I get to the next point? Anybody knows where I'm going with this before I get to the next point? Excuse me. Does anybody know where I'm going with this before I get to the next point? I'm just curious. CEO Bobby, remember we had the conversation the other day about how he got arrested, right? Now, check this out. CEO Bobby also previously, not this year, but previously have been arrested with cars stolen from the impound or whatever the case is with the police cars, not the actual police cars, but like the cars that was like impounded or whatever the case is, and police guns. Somebody could explain to me why this guy doesn't do any time? Could somebody explain to me how this guy could keep getting caught with police firearms with switches on them and do no time? Could somebody please explain to me how he could keep being found with police property illegally obtained and don't go to jail? Shout out to OGK Network. Absolutely. They're putting, listen, if that's a chop shop, that's a criminal organization. CEO Bobby is a part of that chop shop. That chop shop was stealing cars. Some of the cars that was being sold to that chop shop was being sold to that chop shop by who? Who? Is any of the people that was selling cars to that chop shop a part of a criminal conspiracy to kill young Dolph? Were any of the people that have been conspiring with the chop shop a part of the criminal conspiracy to kill young Dolph? This has Rico written all over it. These dudes is done. I told y'all that already. These dudes is done. There's nothing anybody could do for them. There's nothing anybody could do for them. These dudes is done. CEO Bobby snitched on the chop shop. We all know that. If he didn't snitch on the chop shop, they at least aligned him to the chop shop somehow. Some way. How? They bust the chop shop a couple of days after they bust CEO Bobby. Also, remember, he was let free after that because he's free now. Or should I say, they just arrested him again. So that means that they arrested him, right? For whatever the fuck was going on in his crib with all those cars. Then, a couple of days after that, they arrested Chop Shop. But he free? How? Can somebody explain to me how CEO Bobby is free? I'll explain it one more time. They go to his crib. They find 2, 3 stolen cars, Maseratis. They find a shitload of guns, well, a shitload of ammunition, like 3 guns. They find his mom's inside of the conspiracy with him because she's texting to him the information regarding the cars that are stolen. Shout out to Bronx Bomber. What up, my brother? A couple of days after that, the chop shop gets raided. CEO Bobby's a free man. Can somebody explain to me how that happens? Put it in the chat. A couple of days after that, CEO Bobby is a free man. He just got arrested again, so you know he was free. Didn't I tell y'all they just be letting these dudes go and then just let them go do whatever while they watch them and then they arrest them when they ready for them? Didn't I tell y'all that? I didn't tell y'all that in this case. I told y'all that for years. I've been telling y'all that for years, have I not? They'll arrest the dude, have you dead to rights, and then let you right back out so you could go do business with all the other niggas that they want to go arrest. And watch you. And then they just bring you in when they ready. Shout out to Bronx Bomb. He said he moved to Albuquerque. Did you take a left, though? You're gonna have to be pretty old to get that joke, by the way. Honestly, I want to know what your opinion is. For real, for real. Oh, you got the joke? Salute. I want to know what your opinion is. For real, for real. Because I keep telling you, most of these niggas is snitches. I'm letting you know right now. Stop thinking your nigga that keep getting locked up and somehow the police can't hold them. Stop thinking that this nigga's some kind of super fucking slick nigga. This nigga might just be a snitch. That's why the police can't hold them. They don't want to. Why in the hell would they keep a person who's gonna help them solve crimes locked up in jail? That don't even make sense. If you a snitch and they know that you a snitch, they want you to be out on the street. The fuck is wrong with you? That's why y'all keep getting caught up and going to jail. Y'all be fucking with these niggas. Nigga get yo, they can't hold me, son. Yo, I had the dope lawyer. Yeah, you had the dope lawyer. That lawyer went right over to that other lawyer that was prosecuting you and gave him all of your statements. And then now you free. Shout out to Prince to me. He says, good morning, everyone. Salute. Now you free. Went and gave all of your statements. Now you a whole free man now. Walking the street. Yeah, we know what happened. We know all of the things that happened. Shout out to Prince to Amir putting the cash app in the chat. Let's slap some haters. Let's slap some haters, y'all. Today's all the way. What's today? Wednesday or Thursday? I don't even know what today's date is. I ain't gonna lie to you. Today's Thursday? This week went by so quick. Whew. Anyway. And just so we can be clear, if y'all want to talk, the conversation is still open for the New York City drill music and the shit that's going on with the rappers in New York City and with the mayor. Obviously, I want the killing to stop, just so we can be clear. I just want to address this. I want the killing to stop, obviously. We need to figure out something. Something got to be better. But it's the young kids doing it, and I don't think the kids is gonna listen. So anybody that's going to speak into the mayor, anybody that's going to speak to any political figure, and you're trying to get some kind of, it's not the drill music, it's not the drill music. You're gonna have to, niggas is gonna have to start being honest with themselves what it really is. Then if niggas is not gonna start being honest with themselves what it really is, don't go waste your time going to the mayor and telling the mayor it's not the music. Everybody knows what it is. We got to be honest about what it really is in order to get any kind of real help. That's just what it is. A lot of times niggas be going through, like, just in real life, you'll be going through the worst situations in the world, but you keep that shit to yourself, so people don't really know. So there might be people that want to help, but they can't. What up, Hannick Milligan says these dudes singing. Yeah, I think those dudes are singing like crazy. Well, one, CEO Bobby, I already, first of all, I'm just gonna keep it a stack with you. I don't trust nobody named CEO anything. I'm sorry, I just don't trust nobody named CEO anything anymore. I think CEO is a tag designated. I think that's just starting to be a designated tag, man. So whenever a cop sees some dude named CEO, you know they the nigga working with somebody. I think that's a designated tag, man. That shit is crazy. I'm sorry, not to trust nobody named CEO anything, man. I don't know what the rest of y'all is doing, but them CEO niggas is looking real sketchy. For real. Real sketchy. Um, but I told y'all, so the investigation is 9 times out of 10 the investigation is winding down if they're starting to arrest people that they already have on the hook. Right? So when they start arresting niggas that they already got on the hook, 9 times out of 10, that means the investigation is winding down. So they basically got everybody in the spots where they need them at, and now they're pulling in individuals because information might be put out into the world that might get those individuals injured, or if they don't have the proper protection or whatever the case is. So that's how it's done some of the times. I don't know this particular case per se, but CEO Bobby, they brought him in. CEO Bobby directly. Mo, what was one of the number one things I told y'all? The whole entire thing started off. I said the most important thing is that white car. Didn't I tell you that? I kept saying that white car is so important. 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 Who you think stole that white car with Cornelius Smith? It's probably CEO Bobby and JoJo Splat. Why? Because those are the car thieves. You got it? Do you get it yet? Does anybody get it yet? They needed a car for a couple of hits. JoJo Splat, CEO Bobby helped them steal a car. They stole a car coincidentally from somebody that they knew, so that was wild. But they stole a car coincidentally from somebody that was in the loop and they all know. So that was wild. But they stole a car with the with the understanding, with the predetermination that car was going to be used in a series of crimes. That directly puts them involved in the RICO. That directly also puts the shop that they, because that's how they was gonna see. This is another thing that don't make no sense. They could have drove the white car to the fucking They could have drove the white car to the fucking the car niggas and had the car niggas take the white car apart. You understand what I'm saying? Like they could have drove the shit. They could have committed the crime. See, I'm a weird nigga. They could have did like this. This is what they could have did if they weren't lazy. You know them things that you could put, you know the shit you put on the car, you could put the, like, 50 Cent and all of them niggas put that shit on the car. It's like a film. You could make the car look like a different color, some shit. You understand what I'm saying? They should have put one of them fucking things on the car, a skin on the fucking car. Boom, go do the thing, skirt off, take the fuck, go somewhere, take it to the fucking car place, have them fucking take the fucking skin off, and then take the whole car apart. Like boom. But them niggas parked that shit where it was gonna get found. Like they was trying to set a nigga up. Them niggas had too much shit going on. I'm gonna say this once again. Don't commit crimes. You wanna know why? Because everything you do is evidence. When you commit a crime, every single thing you do is evidence. Don't commit crimes. Anyway, they got these dudes dead to rights. Because one, they have a million niggas involved in the killing of young Dolph, it seems. Or were there a million niggas accidentally involved that didn't even know they was involved? Let's not forget that what is another thing that could have happened. Remember, you got people that manipulate individuals all the time by telling them lies. Don't forget that. You got people, I'm going to say that again. You got people that manipulate people all the time. What's the easiest way to manipulate somebody? Into hate. The easiest way to manipulate somebody is to get them to hate somebody. You could just tell them lie after lie. All you got to do is just keep lying. That's all you got to do. Keep lying, keep lying, keep lying, keep lying. And you will manipulate somebody into hating somebody else for no reason. All you got to do is keep lying. I promise you, that shit work. I personally see that shit work against me, so I know that shit work. All you got to do is just keep lying. There's going to come a point where people are going to know you're lying, but their own pride isn't going to allow for them to then do the right thing. You understand what I'm saying? Their own pride is going to make them have to stick to this thing that they know is a lie, even though they know that they hurting somebody that don't deserve it. So that shit is wild. Hell yeah, them dudes is sing. I think. All right, so why would they be ready to I told you that white car, I told you so important. I told you that white car was so important. Why would they be ready now to bring in JoJo Splat and CEO Bobby? That should be the real question. Because they already had them. Why are they so ready to bring them in now? That's the real question. What changed? Right? Something had to have changed, right? What changed? What made this time a better good to bring them in contrast with previous times? What's changed? Something changed. Police investigations just don't randomly bring people in. Something changed. What changed? Freaking JoJo Splat did an interview. The nigga sound like he was damn near crying the whole interview. That shit was wild. Anybody seen that interview with JoJo Splat? It looked like he was damn near crying the whole interview. JoJo Splat did an interview after Young Dolph died. It damn near looked like he was crying the whole interview. I never speak on that interview for multiple different reasons. We're going to speak on it now. These niggas is not built to go do 20 or 30 years. These niggas isn't built to be sitting there and the guy say death penalty. I don't want to go to jail for 20 or 30 years. So I don't commit crimes. I say that again. I don't want to go to jail for 20 or 30 years. So I don't commit crimes. It's somewhere on the internet. I don't have it, OGK Network. I haven't put it up. But if you put in JoJo Splat interview, you might be able to find it. Yeah, I don't want to go to jail for 20 or 30 years, so I don't commit crimes. Copy? So I don't understand these niggas. These niggas is not built for the shit, but they go do all of the things that's gonna get them the thing they not built for. I don't want to go to jail for 10 years. I don't want to go to jail for 5 years. Hell, I don't want to do a weekend. I don't like if they detain me too long while I'm standing on the street. I don't know what to tell you. So I don't commit crimes. I stay as far away from crimes as possible. My sucker, call me whatever you want to call me. I don't want to go to jail. Call me whatever you want to call me. I don't want to go to jail. If I go to jail, it's going to have to be for something worth it. Really worth it. Like I'm gonna be laying there like this. Couldn't win any other way. That's the only thing. If I'm not going to jail for something like that, I don't want to go. I'm not doing the thing. I gotta be sitting there like this. Couldn't win any other way. Like really. So I seen this interview. This dude looked like he was about to cry. These niggas is talking. When they get off them drugs and reality hits them right in the face. Yo, these niggas is talking. I don't care what nobody say. There's not a thing that you could tell me. There's not one thing that you could tell me to convince me different. These dudes is facing a death penalty. These dudes is not facing 20 years in prison. These dudes ain't facing 50 years in prison. These dudes ain't facing 90 years in prison. These dudes ain't facing life in prison. These dudes is facing the death penalty. Copy? I just want to be clear on that. So when people is going to say, are you going to keep it, are you going to keep 10 toes down if you go for the death penalty? I want to know. Everybody say they will, but we only know one nigga that would, and that's Boozy. First question was, do you think CEO Bobby is a snitch? 68% said, they didn't tell me how many people actually voted. What the fuck? 68% said no, 31% said yeah, 50 voted. 50 people voted, 68%. 68% said no, 31% said yeah. Let's see how many could we get everybody voting on this one. Would you stay 10 toes? 2 people said they would stay 10 toes down if the death penalty was at play. Okay. The death penalty is a life sentence. They're intending to kill you. Yeah. But I'm saying if you have actual life, you get to live in prison. With the death penalty, they're going to literally take your life on purpose. They're not going to take your life through attrition, just waiting for it to end. Okay, let's clear some shit. Yeah, this is like winning through attrition. So a lot of y'all would just go risk the death penalty. Okay. Shout out to that shit. Well, one, just so we could be clear, if I ever was on trial for the death penalty, I'm innocent because I'm not committing any crime that would get me 10 years, nevertheless, put to death. So if you ever see me on trial in the death penalty, anything in general, but specifically the death penalty is at play, I'm innocent. I just want everybody to know that now. I'm 100% innocent, unless it's that thing where I said, Hey, they couldn't win any other way. Unless it's that, I'm innocent. I promise you. If it could have went any other way. Yeah, I want to know. Got people saying that they stay 10 toes down. I want to know how y'all families. Like, some of y'all probably married and shit. Imagine how your wife feel and shit. You gonna go, you got a wife, you got kids, or you got a husband, you got kids, and you going out there and you doing shit that they gonna give you the death penalty. Like, you love the streets more than you love your own kids. like wow. Like, you really, like, cause there's a point where you gotta be like, well, I'm doing this to feed my family, but that's too much of a risk. Like, that gotta be that point, right? I'm doing this to feed my family, but that's too much of a risk. If my family lose me, they don't got nothing. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, so that's the point in which I'm trying to make. Prince to Amir says, if I submitted myself as a career criminal, I'm taking the penalty because that's what I signed up for. That's why I'm not doing the penalty, because I'm submitted to a life of crime. Wait, hold on. You could be a career criminal, but didn't submit to the type of crimes to be a part of this type of shit. You could be a petty thief, my nigga, and not submit to getting the death penalty. Hold on, let's not act like there's not different gauges of criminality. Let's not act like all criminality is the same. All criminality is not the same. I'm literally saying that I would not be in that position. That's what I'm saying. If I was in that position, I've never snitched on nobody. So I've never talked to the cops. So I don't know. I'm not really that big of a. I don't think nobody would miss me. Maybe I don't know what I would do. I don't think nobody would miss me. I don't know what I'd do. I think if I thought somebody would miss me, I like, but like, I'm different. Like, y'all got loved ones and shit. Like, like, all I got is y'all. Like, y'all got whole loved ones and shit. So I don't know. I probably is just. I would be innocent. So I'm not. I would be innocent. So I would stand 10 toes off of the strength of that. Just so we could be clear, I would be innocent. So I'm 100% standing 10 toes. I'm not doing nothing that's gonna quite possibly get me the death penalty. So if the death penalty was on the table, they got the whole shit fucked up. So that's just my situation. But if I was like actually guilty or whatever, I don't know how I feel. I don't think nobody would miss me. To be honest with you, I don't think it'll be a big deal. Hand to God, like that's how I feel about it. I don't think nobody would miss me. I don't think that, I wouldn't care. That's not something I care about. I think there'd be more people celebrating than be upset. To be honest with you, I think a lot of people would be celebrating. So I don't know. I can't tell you what I would personally do. I want to know what y'all guys would do. I can't tell you what I would personally do. These dudes got the death penalty on the table. The way this shit is stacked up, they're guilty. The way this shit is stacked up right now, they are guilty. Even the ones who are not directly guilty are guilty. You understand? They're gonna say JoJo Splat, CEO Bobby, if y'all didn't help them steal that white car, this plan wouldn't have been able to be in action. I'm telling you what they're gonna say. Them dudes is everybody's on the hook, man. Everybody's on the hook. The dude, I'm gonna say this much, right? If the dude snitched on his co-conspirators involving a chop shop. You don't think he gonna snitch on some shit involving a nigga getting murdered? And we don't know definitively that he snitched on the chop shop niggas. We only know that he got arrested, and then shortly after that, the chop shop niggas got arrested, and he was a free man. That's all we know. We don't know definitively he snitched on them niggas. We know that he's a career car thief. That's his profession. He steals cars. That's his profession. So he's a car thief. He gets arrested. Shortly after he get arrested with 2 cars in his possession, then the chop shop, who he actually does do business with, they get busted. Shout out to Black Power Courses of Lou Frost. What is these dudes didn't have no choice but to carry out the mission? They probably had no choice but to carry out the mission. What you talking about? And a lot of these people are gonna get hit with the murder charge and conspiracy to commit murder. No, yeah, that's a fact. A lot of times people don't have no choice but to carry out the mission. Does that make them any less culpable? They still culpable in the eyes of the law. They shouldn't have been part of that gang. I don't know what to tell you. You should have been part of a gang that they're trying to get out of the street. Y'all being part of the gang that's trying to keep the streets alive and kicking. That's what happens. I don't know what to tell you. Be a part of a gang where everybody's trying to trade stock or some shit. Be part of a crypto gang and shit. Y'all be walking through the crypto. They'll be like this, and the NFT guys is walking back towards them this way like this. Maybe the NFT and the crypto guys having a whole fight in the fucking streets. Yeah, become a part of one of those gangs. I don't know what to tell you. Become part of a gang that shoot content, YouTube content. Become part of one of those gangs. There's a whole anything could be a gang, man. The problem is that gang is just seen as a negative connotation. You know, if you was white, we call them a lodge, right? A fraternity. Tell me where I'm wrong. But whenever we're talking about something that involves black people or people of color or people that are underprivileged or individuals who are seen as desperate, we always use the negative connotation. Like, if you're white, you're a scholar, but if you're black, you're a college graduate. Anybody ever notice that, or is that just me? Anybody ever notice that, or is that just me? When you're black, you're a college graduate. When you're white, you're a scholar. And if you don't understand the difference between somebody saying that, then I don't know what to tell you. There's actually a very big difference between being a college graduate and a scholar. Anybody could graduate from college. Not everybody could be have in-depth knowledge of whatever the thing is that they're working on or they studied. Anybody can graduate. What you got to do is show up, literally, like literally. There are people that just have a diploma because they showed up to class. You'd be surprised. Shout out to Prince to Amir putting the cash app in the chat. He said, you red bases. Let's get further $10 drops to the cash app. I ain't seen none of you niggas this whole week. Why is you niggas fronting? Shout out to Prince to Amir telling y'all rap bastards off. He wants to know why y'all fronting. He said he ain't seen none of you niggas do no drops all week. You rap bastards. That's Prince to Amir words, not mine. OGK Network says a lot of people are gonna hit with that murder charge and conspiracy to commit murder. See, this is the problem, right? Imagine if, for argument's sake, just for argument's sake, imagine if not everybody knew what was actually gonna go down. Imagine if not everybody knew what was about to go down. Just imagine that for one moment. I think that that's a missing idea or concept that sometimes people lose when we're discussing all of these things. Sometimes the plan doesn't work because everybody didn't know the plan. Sometimes the plan was never going to work and there's no way the plan could have worked. But some idiot devised the plan and got everybody doing some aspect of the plan without other people knowing what the fuck is going on. And if everybody would have knew what was going on, people would have just said, I'm not down with this. I think that that's something that you gotta, maybe everybody didn't know there was a plan. At this point, their plan was so terrible, it looks like it could have been 3 or 4 different plans. It looked like they just was making, it just looks like everything went, it looks like everything went to shit. It looks like they should have just said, fuck it, we gotta do it a different day. That's what it looked like. Shout out to Black Power Cross with the 9.99 drop. He says, word, stop fronting, y'all. Let's support the Frost Wave. Shout out to Black Power Cross. He said, you red bastards. Y'all need to pull up to the Cash App. You need to pull up to the PayPal. You need to pull up to the Super Chat. Drop them stickers. He's saying all of the things. I want to be clear, though. We don't know definitively who's next. We don't know definitively. We don't know definitively who knew what was going on. But it does sound to me, it's a very sloppy mission. It does sound to me like everybody didn't know what everybody else was doing. That's what it sounded like to me. Everybody didn't know what everybody else was doing. You had one person that probably knew that this person was doing that, and I'm gonna have this person do it, and they was like trying to orchestrate it. Like it was like they was really trying to do like a Ocean's 11 type shit. For real, for real. But I'm telling you right now, this is why you don't commit crimes. Every single thing you do is evidence. Once you commit a crime, shit you did before you committed the crime, shit you did, everything you do is creating evidence. Anything that you do that has anything to do in relation to the crime or to what it creates evidence. That's why niggas always get caught. Because it's like when you're baking something, like when you're making food and you keep saying, oh, it could be a little bit better. Or like when you painting something, you like, I could be a, that's what niggas fall into the habit of. It could be a little bit better. It could be a little bit better. Not realizing sometimes less is more. Just telling you. Not realizing sometimes less is more. So they do more, 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 more. And they just create more evidence and more evidence and more evidence. So now somebody is saying that that lady in the back of the building is lying. Okay. So the ladies in the back of the building is lying. But why was that lady there to even lie? Why is she lying? Somebody paid her to lie? Is she lying all by herself? Did somebody pay her to lie? Who paid her to lie? Why did they pay her to lie? Why would they want Makitas to even be put into the whole shit by saying somebody walked out the back of the building? Why is that lie even there? You understand? Everything that is done creates evidence. That's why I say don't commit crimes. Look, listen. Let's talk about the K-Flock shit real quick. I'm not wishing bad on this young man. I just want to be clear on this. I am not wishing bad on this young man nor any other young man that's trying to do music, drill music or any other kind of music. I'm not wishing bad on none of you niggas. But listen. Allegedly, K-Flock was in an other nigga's turf. Allegedly. I don't know. But allegedly. He walks past a place where the young dude is at after previously them going back and forth on Instagram. He sees the dude. He says something to him. He walks past. The guy comes out. They have words. The dude's about to turn around. He says something else to him again. Homeboy turned back around. He's like, what then? Zips his coat up and walks towards him. At that point, he gets shot. K-Flock then gets into a police chase because he's being chased by the police with him and his sister running. Who has a bright pink coat on. He ditches the gun, which has his DNA and fingerprints on it and gets found by the police. And is 100% the weapon that killed the dude. If you think that nigga ain't going to jail, I don't know what to tell you. He don't even know enough to snitch on to not go to jail. So I don't know what to tell you. That dude is about to do all of the time. I'm not hating on him. I'm just telling you what it is. He about to go do all of the time. And what's the next thing gonna be? In a couple of weeks, there's gonna be another drill rapper that got shot. Another drill rapper that got killed. Or another drill rapper that did a shooting or did a killing. So what are we gonna do? Are we just gonna keep acting like this is just niggas trying to get out the hood? Well, one nigga make it out for every 70 niggas that get killed. I don't think, or go to jail. I don't think that that's a good fucking number. I don't think I'm ready to sacrifice 70 people for one person. 100 people for one person. 200 people for one person. I don't know if I'm ready to sacrifice that many people. Especially for something that's not necessity. Like drill music. That is literally just, for the most part, music about the individuals in which you're killing or were killed. So I don't know if I'm here for that. Just so we can be clear. And for everybody that don't know, K Flock, a couple of his peoples is some of these other dudes that's getting shot in the street. What y'all don't understand is when you kill a nigga, you might be getting your man killed. When you shoot a nigga, you might be getting your man shot. Nobody think about that. There's niggas that started wars by killing the dude and they're long gone already, but that war's still going on. I'm going to say that again. There's dudes out there that started a war by killing somebody unnecessarily. I'm not talking about the shit where it just happened. I'm talking about the unnecessary shit. The dudes that killed the dude to start the unnecessary beef, them niggas is long gone. But the beef is still here. That's what they're going to have to rap about. Who died the bravest or the stupidest. This is not a reason to be brave. This isn't a reason to be brave. Running in the street unnecessarily, shooting and killing each other for no reason. That's not a reason to be brave. I'm not here for none of that. I'm not here for none of that. I'm here for zero of that. So you got to look at it like that. Then you got Nas Blicky. He got shot. Now he's recovering. He said he's not giving up the drill rap. I would have been applauding him if he was like, I'm still going to rap. Like, but you're still going to still do drill rap? Like, you got shot. You could literally move into a whole new lane right now and win. So you're going to stay in a lane that got you shot, and also that's going to be a less of a win than if you... So these niggas, they don't think. You understand what I'm saying? These niggas don't think. I need to know how Maino and the rest of these rappers is going to get these young niggas to stop shooting each other. Because if they can't get these young niggas to stop shooting each other, they really need to stop pretending, or not. I'm not going to say pretending. That's not fair. They really need to stop stepping to the forefront. If they're going to step to the forefront like that, then that means that they got to figure out a way to do something to stop these young boys from killing each other. They really need to stop these young boys. They need to do something. What are they going to do? You can't be these rappers saying that they got all of this street influence, and then now you got to use that street. You got to flex that muscle. You went to the mayor. You told the mayor you could do it. Now you got to do it. What's up? Make it happen. We'll see where it go. That's all I can say about that. We're gonna see where it go, right? We're gonna see what Maino and whatever rapper that's standing next to him, whatever street nigga that's standing next to him, we're gonna see what they could do about it. We're gonna hope they could do something. I want them to win, by the way. I want the violence to go away. I want the violence to go away. We'll see what happens. I do say this though. Next time, they need to have themselves a little bit further removed from direct with the mayor. Um, because now they're gonna be the ones that people are gonna point the fingers at. Just like I keep trying to tell y'all, who said vote for Biden? For everybody that said vote for Biden because you just didn't want Trump in office, I'm not mad at you niggas. You got what you wanted. But for all of them people that were saying vote for Biden because Biden is gonna change things, what the fuck did he make better? Tell me what he did. Tell me what he did for black people. Tell me what he did. That's all I'm saying. Tell me how he helped black people. I'm here. I'm here for all the listenings. Tell me how Biden helped black people. It's crazy how many things that I say that be true though. Like I'll say some shit and I'll be like, yo, watch this thing happen. And then it's the same thing that I say happen. Same thing I say happen. You know how many there's thousands of people, not thousands. There's hundreds of people who left this channel because they got into an argument with me about something and it was like, Jack, you always think you right. This nigga always think he right. You don't know everything. And they argue with me like that, right? And then they be like, I'm not fucking with your channel no more. They say stupid shit. They call me bitch ass niggas, everything else I kick. And then 2-3 months later, you find out what I was saying. I was right. You don't never see these people. I think once or twice I seen people come back and apologize to me. But you don't see these people apologize. Except for maybe like once or twice I did have some people apologize to me. Pull up in the DMs, apologizing. Maybe more than twice. Pull up in the DMs, apologizing like they gonna come on the channel. One dude was like, he said he was gonna come in the channel and apologize, and I said it wasn't necessary. I always say it's not necessary, by the way. But one dude still came into the chat and was like, "Yo, my apologies, Jack. I said da da da." Yeah. So that's the shit that killed me. So that's why I be assuming when people be saying I'm wrong about shit, that they just saying I'm wrong. They don't have no proof, no nothing. You understand what I'm saying? Because I've been accurate more times than not, especially on the shit that I don't move off of. You understand what I'm saying? I've been accurate more times than not. Like if I don't move off of something, there's a reason. You understand what I'm saying? So I just thought that that was interesting. Like there's hundreds of people that left this channel because they were wrong about a thing and they didn't like the way that I responded back to them about them trying to force me to change my perspective. Anyway, um, I see what they're trying to do, but they're gonna have to make something happen. So let's see what happens. Let's see if in the next month, let's see next month how well the streets of New York is looking. But I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen though. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen though. I don't expect the shooting or anything like that to go down. I expect for the shooting and stuff to either stay where it's at or end. And then I expect for the mayor to then point his fingers directly at the rappers, expressing that he asked them for help and assistance in this, and that they have no influence on the actual streets. And then that's now gonna make the rappers look bad. Do you understand why fucking Maino and them niggas should have never went and talked to the mayor? They desperate. That's why they went and talked to the mayor. If I would have spoke to them, I would have told them don't talk to the mayor. I would have told them tell my son to get up off his ass, like I've been telling them for the longest. But there's a reason why my son and Queen Tamika Mallory and the rest of them don't really get involved in this, because this is not a winnable battle. You understand what I'm saying? You can't win this battle. The kids is not gonna stop killing each other. I heard Maino say it's just like when Snoop Dogg and NW. No, it's not. It is not like when Snoop Dogg and NWA. It is not. This drill music thing that came out of Chicago that is now in New York is specifically about one set of gangs killing another set of gangs, and then the rappers that are part of those gangs making songs about it. That's specifically what this is about. There is never no other time in music where this has been going on. So stop. You understand? Just by trying to make parallels like that, it makes you equipped to even have this conversation, ill-equipped to have this conversation, in my opinion. I think that if those are is his level of understanding about what's going on in hip hop, I don't even know how he can call himself a hip hop. Maybe he doesn't consider himself a hip hop historian, right? So let me be quiet. I don't know what he considers himself. Maybe Maino doesn't consider himself a hip hop historian, but he messed up with that. They need to stop making trying to make a parallel between other times in rap, because there has never been a time in rap that gangs have just been killing each other and then having the rapper that's a part of their gang make the music about the deaths that they're doing. No, this is new. This is new. I thought Bobby Shmurda and them showed that they needed to not do these things. But you see what happened with the Bobby Shmurda situation? That shit's about to come tenfold. I promise you. They're going to be locking these niggas up. And they're going to be putting so many of y'all little kids and young men in jail. And you're going to be 14, 15 years old with 2 or 3 bodies. They're going to still charge you as an adult. Because not for nothing, if you're 14, 15 years old and you got a body, they probably need to throw you away. Just to be honest with you. You might be done. You're 14, 15 years old out here catching bodies. This might be done. It might be that's all you could do for society at this point. You understand what I'm saying? I want to see some of these niggas that got these proclivities just go to the fucking military. Like, what the fuck? You already have. This is the way that you are. Just go to the military. Like, real talk. I'm not even being funny, and I'm not even being funny. You have a better life expectancy. You get to go work with weapons and do all of the things that you want to do. I mean, I guess you want to get rich, or do you want to get out of the hood? You want to get out of poverty, or do you want to get rich? Because if you want to get rich, killing people is still the wrong way to go about it. So that don't matter. You kill people, you fuck up the money. You kill people, you fuck up the money. So I don't know. I think that they should just start putting these niggas in the military. I think that they should just stop putting niggas in jail. And I think that when you just do certain crimes, where they should just start, look, man, just send you to the military. Just go give you some military training, and I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. That's a bad idea in itself. That's a bad idea also. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to do with it. I mean, that's not really a bad idea. They used to do that back in the day. And they changed a lot of people's lives around by doing that. And they gave people purpose. So I don't know what to do. But at this point, the way that these kids is shooting each other up in New York City, and it's always cowardice. Like, I'm not trying to be funny, and I'm not trying to go at nobody, but these ain't niggas having shootouts. These are niggas running up on niggas and shooting them. I don't even want to talk about it. We need to figure out a way to stop this shit. How about that? I don't even want to talk about it. We need to figure out a way to stop this shit. Mike Sarn recently said he just now sees the shooter as the coward. So, I don't know. Same dudes that was talking about defund the police. Just can't script this shit. Now the Democrats are saying they never said defund the police. You can't script this shit. Shout out to Liberty Hazelton with the 199 drug, the comment drug. No comment, Clint Eastwood eyes, all of the things. What's up, Liberty? How you doing? We had a shitload of people in here. We could have got to 110 likes. People just don't like hitting the like button in the chat. Like, once y'all start liking the chat, I don't know what happened. I think people just be making it, just go around to everybody's comment section saying don't come to Jack Force's channel. So, I don't know, Jack. If Russia invades the military, might not be the best choice. Russia's trying to have a conversation now about probably not invading, but Yeah, that could be bad, man. It could be bad if Russia invade. You ain't wrong about that. But we might need a World War III, not for nothing. We might need a World War III. For real, for real. The world don't got nothing to do right now. The world is bored. We might need a World War III. Something to focus on. Not even being funny. I'm talking real talk. Real facts. We might need a World War III. We might need a World War III. But if World War III happens, I promise you, some of that shit's gonna end up coming over here to America. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you that Russia and China and everybody got fucking sleeper cells in America. As soon as America starts doing a war somewhere where it gets big enough that they have to start attacking America, there's gonna be bombs and everything going off in America. Watch. Remember, foreigners have more access to shit than American blacks do. Foreigners have access to everything. Copy? Foreigners have more access to shit than American blacks do. There's no telling what kind of shit they already got ready to rip as soon as they get the word. There's no telling. No telling. Shit's crazy. I'm pretty sure we got sleeper cells all over the place. Also, don't get it confused. But there's no telling. There's no telling what kind of sleeper cells they got. All the different warfare that could go on. Russia and the Ukraine is messing up the stock market. Bear season like a mother. um, what's I just about to say? Um, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. What y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. Well, we hour and 17 minutes. What y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. Shout out to Prince to Amir putting the cash app in the chat. This is like the third time putting it. I don't think nobody see it. Prince to Amir's. If anybody sees Prince to Amir putting the cash app in the chat, pull up. We're gonna see what happens though, but shout out to that shit. But CEO Bobby, he's already a snitch. I told you the dude was a snitch. I don't trust none of them niggas in the street named CEO no more. I'm pretty sure all of them niggas ain't snitches, but I bet you the other niggas named CEO. They like these niggas is giving us a bad name. Some of us is real niggas out here. um, so CEO Bobby, shout out to that shit. I don't know what to tell you. Um, I don't know what to tell you. Allegedly he snitched on the car, the chop shop. I'll go over it one more time for everybody that don't know. CEO Bobby gets picked up. They arrest him. He's caught with guns. He's caught with stolen car. A couple of days later, they let him go. And apparently, shortly after he was arrested, they end up busting the chop shop that he allegedly sold his cars to. So if you don't think these niggas is snitching, I don't know what to tell you. Bring back cash bail. I don't know. I know that the only way to combat what's going on in the street is to bring back stop and frisk. There's no other way. I'm sorry. Or they're just gonna have to let it be known that they could tell who has a lot of metal on them. One of the two. They need to either they. I'm just being honest with you. They might have to bring back stop and frisk. They might have to bring it back. I'm sorry. For everybody that don't want it brought back, like there's the shooting in New York City at this point is like the Wild Wild West. For everybody, uh, it's bad. Oh shoot! Shout out to Prince to Amir with the $5 drop. You should schmack. He says, "What did the five fingers say to the face?" Prince to Amir says, "I usually only do drops on Fridays, but when I don't do drops on Fridays, I do them on other days." Shout out to Prince to Amir with the $5 drop. Who's next? Who's next, you rat bastards? Um, Energy is kind of low. I'm thinking about filling up some more coffee. Damn, I'm kind of hungry. I ain't eat breakfast this morning yet. It doesn't matter. I like to go to the damn supermarket and get the little. The supermarket has like the thing. They make the thing for you. You spend about somewhere between, I don't know, $8 to $9 or whatever for a little meal for lunch or whatever. I like going and getting that for the supermarket. But the last couple of times I went there, I seen one dude wink at me. I seen like weirdo shit happening. So now I don't really feel comfortable going to that supermarket no more. I'm just gonna be stacked with you. So I don't. I mean, I go there because it's the supermarket. It's the closest one and it's clean and it's actually a pretty nice supermarket. But I don't really feel comfortable going there. Some nigga was winking at me or some other weirdo ass shit. I'm like, why is this person trying to create a situation with me? Like, why? Like, are they trying to like? Why? Why are they trying to create violence? I don't understand. I walked in the store the other day. I'm walking in the store the other day. Some little skinny freaking kid. There's a little child. He was trying. I don't know what he was trying to do. I think he was trying to like be tough or some shit. I just had to walk right past it. Like, like you just see the shit happening and you're like, this none of this. There's no way this is gonna end good. There's no way this is gonna end good. It's fucking little ass kid. You know. So that's like I'm trying to tell you. OGK Network, stop and frisk 100% stop crime. And I can tell you that definitively because I know crimes that it 100% stopped. So your comment is not true. I 100% know crimes that it stopped. I 100% know people who are still alive today because they had to make a because them and whoever they was going up against had to go back home to go get their shit. 100%. I know niggas that are still alive today or not in jail. It 100% stopped crimes, homie. It niggas had to get rid of it for because people were using it to harass certain people for just going into certain neighborhoods. It was just used as a tool of harassment. That's what the problem was. But it 100% stopped crimes. I know niggas that was about whatever life the fuck they was about. And them niggas used to keep they shit upstairs till it was time to use it for the most part. It stopped crime, whole GK network. Believe you me. It just was used as a tool of abuse, like a month and harassment. That was the problem. It was used as a tool of abuse and harassment. It 100% stopped crimes, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm probably still here today. I know a couple of times that I probably would have got murked right on, like, shit happened, and if there's a nigga just didn't have his piece with him, and I just lucked out. I know a couple of times something could have happened, something could have went sideways for me personally. Me and my peoples, we used to get into a lot of fights where we were outnumbered. There's no telling how many times our lives were saved, one way or the other. We used to get in a lot of fights where we were outnumbered. Like the majority of us, like whenever we was us against some other niggas, the other niggas had the numbers. I don't know no other way to say that. So there's never no telling. Because whenever you got a lot of niggas, you always got that one sucker ass nigga that's looking for somebody to be looking the other way so they could stab him or punch him or shoot him or some shit. You understand what I'm saying? You always got the sucker ass nigga. Y'all all know who that nigga be. Y'all be running with the nigga. You all know the nigga that he's scared, but you know what I'm saying? The guy, if the guy looking the other way, then he'll throw a punch. Or if the person ain't looking at him, then he'll attack him. But if the person is looking, they can't. Like, you all know them niggas. Who you think? I'm just gonna leave it alone. But yeah, so that shit saved a lot of niggas' lives. Don't let people in New York City. Don't let people fool you. And it kept niggas super honest. See, because now most niggas probably got guns outside, right? But niggas don't know how to move. That's the problem. Niggas is still on the old way of how niggas move. Niggas don't know how to move. Like if you in Atlanta niggas in Atlanta already know how to move because guns been out there forever. Houston, guns been out there forever, like Texas. So people know how to move. I think that people up here in New York, they just don't know how to move. So now that niggas can have guns, niggas, they don't know how to act. Niggas is too willing to look for a nigga to shoot. You understand what I'm saying? Niggas is too willing to want to shoot a nigga. You understand what I'm saying? Whereas in other situations, niggas might be a little less willing to want to shoot a nigga. Also, I think if people understood what you call this shit, self-defense actually was, I think that a lot of this shit, there'd be less issues. I think a lot of people, I think a big part of the problem is, wow, it's 57 degrees? I think a big part of the problem is people don't even understand what self-defense is. People think self-defense is something that it's not. People think self-defense is you are stronger than me, so that means that you can't fight me. I want to say something real quick. First of all, Danny Lee, her fucking brother wants to sue the baby. How, nigga? How? Danny Lee's brother put a million threats about the baby online. Then got beat up. Now he wants to sue the baby. Just bitch ass niggas doing bitch ass nigga things. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. This is literally what I've been going through, right? People doing shit to me, and then because they don't like my response, they try to then be the victim. So if I win, they the victim. You understand what I'm saying? So if I do anything, they're the victim. You understand? So I gotta literally just sit there and have the shit happen. And if I defend myself or tell the truth, by the way, they're the victim. So shout out to Danny Lee's brother, being a bitch ass nigga. I don't know what to tell you. That's bitch ass nigga shit. Being a bitch ass nigga. Um, Shout out to Danny Lee's brother. Hope everything works out for him in that law. Is not gonna work out for you in that lawsuit. And then on top of this, how is niggas gonna take him seriously? Niggas was applauding this nigga. Yo, even if we don't agree with him, that nigga stuck up for his sister. Even if we don't agree with him, that nigga stuck up for his sister. How you gonna go stick up for your sister? Shit goes sideways. So now, remember, he was saying it was on site. He was saying it was on site. Don't get this confused. He was 100% saying that this shit was on site. He said, yo, when I see that nigga the baby, I'm going to slap the shit out of him. Right? So he saw the baby. The baby. Where were the slaps? Other than the ones he was receiving. I promise you, I have an entourage like that and niggas is on go. I'm not throwing no punches or nothing. I'm just walking away nice and quiet while my niggas, I'm just going to be walking away while the fireworks is going on in the back of me. You're just going to see me walking away and shit. And you're going to see the niggas in back of me just beating the nigga ass. Dude could have just been a good uncle and might have got put on. That's a fact. Now you in history as a whole chasing another man, though. This is what I think happened. I think they had a narrative that they were trying to spin with the baby. The baby didn't like it, so he got up out of there. So now they're like, if you don't do what we want you to do, now we're going to make you look bad. Because, you know, that's what people do when they can't manipulate you. They try to destroy your character. That's literally what people do when they can't manipulate you. I'm telling you because I should know better than any human being that's ever lived in the face of existence. When people can't manipulate you, they try to destroy your character. They just lie. So you got to live a life of either servitude or live a life of just people just lying on you and you just got to live with it. So fuck it. I'm not going to be in servitude. You just got to lie on me. You just got to lie on me. You could go deal with God after you die. Just go deal with God after that. So that's it. I'm going to put it in God's hands. You could just go deal with God after you die. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to be in servitude. That is not happening. Niggas be like singing like, yo, you can go deal with God right after you die. He's gonna be right over there. He's gonna be trying to find out what's going on with you. I mean, considering what you're doing to me, he's gonna probably have a whole bunch of other things that you're gonna have to deal with him with also. That's gonna be interesting. Hope it all works out in the favor of whatever's supposed to happen. I 100% think we need to bring stop and frisk back. I'm sorry. Um, They're about to just start removing gangs from streets. They just gonna start just arresting y'all niggas in a minute. So I've given all the warnings over the last couple of years. At this point, it's not gonna stop. At this point, I've given all the warnings. So at this point, whatever happens, happens. But they just gonna start just putting y'all niggas in jail. I'm gonna close this. They gonna start just putting y'all niggas in jail. You better believe it. They're gonna start just putting y'all niggas in jail. They're gonna start making any they about to pass some wild laws in the next maybe the next mayor, but I think that this mayor is gonna put in the footwork because this mayor is gonna extend himself everything that he could do. Watch. That's the game. I'm telling you what the game plan is. The game plan is for this mayor to extend himself as far as he could possibly go in order to save the children in New York City. He's going to extend himself as far as he can go. And then there's going to be a point. It's going to be a breaking point where he's just going to be able to say, I just can't do this no further. We did everything that we can. I'm going to need this funding, that funding, this funding, that funding. We got to change this law, that law, this law, that law. It's going to be over a gradual process of at least like a 2-year period. So that's why I think it's going to start during the next mayoral run. This mayoral run, This whole mayoral this 4 years, he's gonna be trying everything he can. Watch it probably start in the last year, maybe 2 years and a half from now with the soonest, where he's just gonna be like, I did everything that I can. We've exhausted all resources. Well, also depends on how much the death toll picks up. If it slows down some, we might make it his whole entire term. But if it don't slow down none, if the death in New York City stay at the level it is, with these niggas on the internet doing everything that they're doing the way that they're doing it, I promise you, give it maybe 2.5 years. But if it slows down some, we have like at least one good, especially if we have like one good summer where barely anybody is dying, or barely any murders and shootouts is directly linked to drill music. I promise you, is then we might be able to get to at least to the next mayoral run, next mayor being elected. But I'm telling you, that's what's gonna happen. He's extending all because he already knows the powers that be already knows that niggas is not gonna fall in line. They already know. They know. There's the chance that people are gonna fall in line and do the right thing is so minuscule. It's so small. They're just gonna put everybody on the right on the forefront so the world could watch everybody fail. Shout out to Black Cuddy. Salute to the Black Spades. He says good morning at Jack Frost, dropping all of those frosts so the world could watch everybody fail. I'm telling you, that's what it is. That's what's going on. So shout out to the mayor. Um, he's giving people an opportunity. I just don't think anybody's gonna do anything with the opportunity worth doing. I don't think that you could tell these kids to stop being ignorant. I don't think that you could tell these kids not to go slide for their homie that got killed. I don't think you could tell them that. These kids is 19 years old. How old are you? You think they understand half of what you understand? Just think about that for one moment. And then on top of that, they got people who are older than them sending them down this same path. Shout out to Mocha West dropping all of those rules. Then they got people who are a little bit older than them sending them down all that same path. So what do you expect? What do you think is going to happen? Shout out to Katie Cam. He says, I know in Boston in the early 90s, if there was more than 5 people walking around together, they would consider the gang and everybody was going to jail. Boom. I'm telling you what, the things that it's still actually illegal for 5 people to get together and just stand on a corner. Like constitutional wise illegal. That they can literally come up to you and ask you what the fuck you're doing. These are facts. They can literally come up to you and ask you, what are you doing? People think that the police don't have that right. If y'all all on the corner doing some shit, and it's like 6 or 7 of y'all just standing together, the police can come up to you and ask you what the fuck is going on. And if they don't like what they're hearing, they can ask you to disperse. It just don't sound like something that somebody should be able to do in America. So we just think that it's against the law, but it actually isn't. Just like filming somebody in public is not against the law. Once you go outside of the privacy of your home, you have lost all expectations of privacy. So them idiots that be like, you can't film me. Nigga, you don't know what the fuck you talking about. I could film every single thing that happens with you once you walk. I could film your doorstep until you walk out your door. Unless I'm filming you for the explicit purpose of telling people where you live so you can get attacked, I can do that. But if you film somebody's home and then they get attacked, just be expecting to go to jail. Just be expected to be going to jail. For whatever the people that they got attacked, whatever time they getting, you expect to get complimentary time. Comparable time. What y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. We're an hour 40 minutes into the show. I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm not gonna hold y'all. Um, Once again, we did not have a Tonight Show last night. I was actually supposed to be on location at a place. They paid me. I go to try to get to the place at like 3 or 4 different locations. It seemed like I don't know what happened. I just kept going to different places, and it was like I was just never at the right place. I got tired after about 2 hours of trying to find where I was supposed to be, and I came home. I didn't know where to go. I was just I kept getting addresses, and the what was supposed to be at the place I was going, it wasn't. I didn't see nothing, so I ended up coming home. With that being said, um, will be a Tonight Show tonight. That's the only reason why we didn't have one last night. I was kind of stoked. I was amped up. I was feeling real good about showing y'all some new shit, or taking y'all out, or going out and doing something outside. I was kind of amped up over that shit. The fact that it wasn't able to happen, it was kind of a downer for me. So I'm not really. It was kind of a downer for me. So you can see what it is. Anyway, I'm gonna check y'all later tonight. I'm gonna tell y'all to look out for content. Uh, all right, so somebody just sent me something. They said talk about Little Wop coming out as bisexual. So there's a rapper apparently that was with. I've only seen the dude one time. He was in a photo with Trippy Red and Takashi 6ix9ine. His name was Lil Wop apparently. He came out as being bisexual. I don't know how much I care about this. I assume most of these rappers is gay. Also, he might be doing this shit in order. First time I saw this dude, I thought he was gay. What the fuck? Like, how is anybody confused about this? Was he tricking anybody? Like, were there people who thought he wasn't gay? I'm confused. Who the hell is Cody Shane? Yeah, she's definitely look like she's into way too many drugs for me. I'm not really into the woman that's into the drugs. So apparently this dude's gay. So I don't know. Shout out to him. Former Gucci Man artist Little Wop comes out. I don't know. I don't understand this shit. I'm literally looking at pictures of this guy, and I don't see why this is a big deal. This looks like it should have been. So, was anybody surprised? I don't know. I'm gonna let y'all go. Shout out to the person that sent this that wanted me to talk about this. But I don't see why anybody would have been surprised. This guy looks like he doesn't look like he was trying to hide it, apparently. Looks like he was all for everybody knowing what his nighttime proclivities was. Shout out to him. Anyway, I'm gonna let y'all go. Everybody enjoy your day. Just go out there, try to be a good person. Every day, we trying to do what the devil hate. Just go out there and be great. I'm out.